All right, so guys, here we are back for hole number 7. Gotta take a look at this one, first time. Oh, straight into the wind. Now remember, I went over to the right-hand side over here in Masters. I'm probably going to lay up over here and try to keep this wind almost dead straight. So that's what I'm thinking here. Thinking a little bit of controlled backspin, something along the lines of this. That looks pretty good. I'm a little worried about that second bounce collapsing down, so you'll want to maybe use some left spin just to be careful with that. Make sure that you're at least going the ring adjustment. So I'm thinking 6.5 rings for me, which is very close to at least max plus 10 is what that is. A little worried about the second bounce. And sure enough, it did clip the rough. Now, it did still roll into the fairway, but I would have much rather not had that. And the best way to avoid that happening, kind of like I mentioned, you might want to create just a little bit more angle. I was hoping that mine was over enough. But another thing, if I would have went a couple more rings because I'm moving down to lower ground with the target, maybe that would have been enough. So if I would have played that 1 per ring, maybe it would have still been okay. But one of the things that I can recommend is that you start over here to the right and just use max left spin. You can see my opponent using max right spin. In my opinion, I would do the exact opposite, because what you want to do is you want to create enough angle to where it comes in and that second hop is like perfect, but then it still gets over into that left area. And you can see opponent, same thing. It's very, very tricky on this one not to have that happen. I could already see, into a headwind. I was very concerned that that was going to happen. And sure enough, it did. However, as you can see, looks like we're still okay technically. And we have a nice, I'm going to play this probably pretty close to max. And we'll just push this ball guide through the hole a bit. So you'll see I'm going to use right around one top spin here. Make sure that this ball gets to the hole. And we're going to be very close to max. I might even go beyond max, I got to be honest. I feel like it's kind of shooting just a little bit lower ground. So I'm thinking almost max plus 10 here. Oh yeah, I'm in the plus distance. So I'm just going to go straight up 10 or 10.1 rings. Because I know once I get into those plus distances, that you're going to need just a little bit more. And it looks like my alignment, or maybe my pull angle, is just a little bit off center of what we need to have happen. So you want to be just a little bit tighter with the way that you pulled rings. Make sure that you keep that ball guide through the hole, very similar to how I did. But the biggest thing that I could do is just kind of change my pull angle. So I'll rotate the screen just a little bit more to the right next time, or, in reverse, like this way. I'll make sure that my wind needle is just a little bit more to the left. So I'll make sure that I'm pulling my rings over this way slightly. So I'll rotate that screen just a little bit more. And it looks like with my opponent's short shot, plus maybe with the power, I can't remember what a pine cone is. I'm thinking power 1, but I really can't remember. But I would imagine kind of same thing's going to happen with my opponent, and sure enough, it does. So you'll want to try to protect against that from happening. And the biggest way to do that is just kind of over-rotate the screen and just pull your rings a little bit more to the right in the future. So hopefully that works for you. Good luck, and I'll see you guys on the next one.